Okay, so one of the things we talked about the other day is putting in a follow up for your candidates that you placed. So I'm going to go into a closed work order. This is a CNO work order for Gila River. We did not fill this order. It is closed. If you actually look at the status, so I should be able to place somebody still though, and then I'll just delete the placement after. Uh, just like if you're going to do a placement normally, you click on the name to the left of the person that you want. You go over to this drop down on the right, add in a permanent placement. It's the same exact for a contract or temp placement. You put in your start date, your guarantee information. This is where you'd put in 90 day and, the actual commission splits. Under fees and rates, obviously placement fee, starting salary, fee percentage. And then under scheduling, this is where you can set up some reminders, right? So what this is all of this +1, +7, -1 start date is going off of this start date you put in right here. So if you can't figure out an accurate start date, you might put in all these reminders at the wrong time. So you really got to hone in on getting a semi-accurate start date. Obviously, if it moves by a week or a couple days, then all of your reminders will just be a couple days or a week off, which, isn't that big of a deal for the 30s, 60s, or 90s. You'll be close. But in here, you'll want to put in a time. You see this under here, before, start, after. That is the time of day that this reminder will pop up on your screen. So I usually do it at 10 a.m. for all of them. And this top bar here, as opposed to the bottom bar, is the candidate. This right here is for the position contact, which is going to be the hiring manager or whoever was the person at the person gave you the work order that's listed as the hiring manager in the work order. So if I want to get a notification to remember to call my candidate on the day of 7 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, I'll put a checkbox on start date, a checkbox on 7 days, 30, 60, 90. There's no way to do it on day 1, on day 3, but you can do day 7, day 30, 60, 90, and the start date. You can also put in a reminder to call them a week before. That's what the -7 is. You could have the before reminders be at a different time of day. I just like 10 a.m., right? So if I want to do that, that'll be all my reminders to call my contact on the day he or she starts, 7 days after, 30 days after, 60 days after, 90 days after. And then I want to maybe check in with my hiring manager client as well. You might want to make it 11 a.m. instead of 10 a.m. I don't know. However you want to run your desk. But then you go in here and go, on day 1, I want a reminder to call the client. 7 days in, I want a reminder to call the client. 30, 60, 90. And those fall right in line with your D3, 4, and 5s. The 30, 60, and 90. Actually, day 7, I think, is 3, 4, 5, 6. But they fall in line roughly with the latter 3 or 4 of our D calls. As soon as you click place, you can go to your calendar in PCR and you're going to see on the start date a reminder for each one of these people. One reminder to call the candidate 10 a.m. on that day, another reminder to call the client 11 a.m. that day, and then each subsequent reminder moving forward in plus or minus days from that start date. If you have any other questions, give me a ring. Hopefully that clears some stuff up, though. Thanks.